Controlled Unclassified Information, or CUI, is a big-time buzzword in the cybersecurity, compliance, and Department of Defense contracting world right now, especially because of CMMC. Now, that's not to disparage the term. It's super important all across the defense industrial base and even on a national security level. In essence, CUI is information that isn't classified but still needs protected. I personally like to think of a blueprint or instruction manual for creating products specific to Department of Defense specifications. That's not why I'm here though. I already created a video that covers everything you need to know about CUI. If you haven't seen it, you should watch it, only after you watch this one though. The reason why you're watching this video is that you want to know how we got to this point and why you should actually care about it. Hi everyone, I'm Matt from eTactics, and today I'm going to explain a brief history of CUI and why you need to know it. Before we get started though, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking the button below. While you're down there, hit that alert bell icon next to it as well, so when we post new helpful content, you get notified. The story of CUI starts way back 10 years ago in February of 2012. Back then, the DoD released DoD Manual 5200.01, Volume 4. Its purpose was to provide procedures for the designation, marking, protection, and dissemination of CUI. At that time, implementation was only focused on government agencies, and they only started caring about the private sector a year later in 2013 with Executive Order 13636. After those two main rules, things kind of relaxed in the CUI world for a little bit until 2015. In that year, every cybersecurity professional's favorite organization, NIST, came out with the NIST Special Publication 800-171. Like clockwork, in June 2016, federal contracts began requiring all contracting organizations, suppliers, and providers to meet CUI control requirements, and the General Services Administration, or GSA, added CUI management to the Federal Acquisition Regulations, or FAR, with Clause 52.204-21. You can see where we're starting to gain momentum here because the timelines are getting a lot shorter. In October of 2016, the DoD issued the defense version with DFARS clauses 252.204.7008 and 252.204-7012. These clauses require managing and securing CUI in accordance with NIST 800-171 and assessing those efforts using NIST SP 800-171A. The National Archives and Records Administration, or NARA, serves as the executive agent, or EA, to implement Executive Order 13556 and oversees agency actions to ensure compliance. Now, in September of 2016, the NARA, in conjunction with the Office of Management and Budget, or OMB, issued 32 CFR Part 2002 for CUI management and control. This rule affected federal agencies and all organizations that handle, possess, use, share, or receive CUI. It also affects those that operate, use, or have access to federal information and information systems on behalf of an agency. So let's skip forward a bit and get a little bit more modern. In February of 2020, and the real reason why CUI is getting so much attention right now is because of the version 1 release of the Cybersecurity Maturity Model Certification, or CMMC. If you haven't heard of CMMC and you do business with the Department of Defense, you're a little bit behind, but that's okay. This new requirement's main purpose is to place stricter compliance requirements across defense industrial base contracts. The amount of rules your organization has to adhere to largely depends on how much CUI you actually deal with. But let's also not forget that on March 6, 2020, there was the introduction of the official DoD CUI registry, which provides an official list of indexes and categories to identify CUI. The DoD's registry mirrors the National CUI Registry, but provides more information on the relationships to the DoD. It aligns each index and category to DoD issuances. For example, this table from the DoD's registry for the Defense Information Organizational Index Group shows the related categories and authorities. Finally, we have the recent rulemaking of CMMC 2.0 that was released in November of 2021. It readjusted the levels of the older versions of CMMC from 5 levels to 3, with a few nuances that I also detailed in a separate video. So why is CUI becoming more important? Well, a lot of the information included in CUI are schematics, blueprints, parts, and things like that. All things contractors use to create military-grade requests made by the DoD. If that information isn't protected, it makes foreign adversaries much more likely to hack into contractor systems and steal instructions on how to create weapons of war. CMMC adds necessary protections to CUI and forces third-party attestation for those larger contracts so that doesn't happen. If you'd like to learn more about CMMC and identifying CUI, reach out to eTactics. And you already made it this far into the video, so you might as well like it, share it, and comment below. Well, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to our YouTube channel.